From August 14th through October 10th, the Loving God Blessing Israel Tour will be traveling in 10 white trucks from sea to sea with a unique invitation to Canadians to love God by blessing Israel. But why? What is this tour all about? To understand the call that the Lord is issuing to Canada, you have to step back in time to the Holocaust, a time when the name Canada meant something different to the Jewish people. You see, the Holocaust was not only the systematic murder of millions of people, it also represents the largest organized robbery of all time. The Nazis had a diabolical system put in place to dispossess the Jewish people of their wealth before murdering them. At Auschwitz, Jews would arrive by train and would be systematically separated from all of their worldly possessions. Their jewelry, clothing, bags, even shoes were then sent in trucks to Canada, a collection of 30 massive warehouses where up to 1,000 Canada commandos were forced to loot, plunder, and ship anything of value back to the Third Reich. To the prisoners, Canada represented prosperity, so they ironically named the warehouses Canada because of the vast amounts of wealth collected there. They watched helplessly as their wealth and possessions were taken away by trucks, only to wait in anguish for their inevitable end at a camp that sole design was to bring about the death and destruction of the Jewish people. As the Lord says in Isaiah 42, "This is a people robbed and plundered. All of them are snared in holes, and they are hidden in prison houses. They are for prey, and no one delivers, for plunder, and no one says, 'Restore.'" But out of the ashes of the Holocaust, against all odds, the Lord has replanted his people back in Israel, the land he promised to give them. And we are witnessing the days in which he promised to restore their fortunes and bring the wealth of the nations to Israel. Now is the time to join together and speak comfort to Zion. Now is the time to deliver a message of hope and peace instead of despair and sorrow. Instead of trucks stealing the wealth of the Jewish people, now trucks from Canada are bringing wealth and blessing to Israel. Instead of Canada being associated with a camp known only for death and anguish, we invite you to sow into a vision where Canada helps to establish a camp that brings life and restoration to Israel. This new camp, called Fields of Wheat, is a hospitality village, and it will be located in the Galilee. It's a partnership between the local Israeli body of Messiah and believers from all around the world. It will be a center for prayer, worship, discipleship, fellowship, and it will receive Jewish exiles returning to the land. The Lord is calling forth a company from Canada, an army dedicated to standing in the gap to be a blessing instead of a curse. 10 white trucks, 40 meetings from sea to sea. Come prepared to give extravagantly. This isn't a fundraiser. This is restoration.